Welcome back to Behind the Boost. In this episode, we continue our conversation with Lyn Askin as he breaks down EOS, leadership structure, and why people, not products, are often the biggest business challenge. So you've been around the digital marketing agency for years, right? You don't look like it, so you're killing it there, right? But you've been around for years. Digital marketing, what do you see happening in the digital marketing world today? I've been to a lot of conferences. You've been to a lot of conferences. I'm sure that you're AI'd out, but that's a major thing that is out there. What do you think is happening with the digital marketing world right now?
I'm going to take the old guy stance on AI. I'm going to be the old guy in the room, the get off my lawn guy. I'm going to be that guy. Marketers ruin everything.
It's true.
I know because I was one. Remember how fun it used to be to get email?
Yeah.
You probably weren't around for that.
You've got mail?
But, oh my God.
Yes.
That was fun. Like mail used to be great. And then marketers ruined it. And remember how fun it used to be to get a text message?
Yes.
Awful.
Yep.
AI is going to be a lot of the same as content creators pump out only AI content. And you're just going to get bombarded with it. I believe humans just have this ability to, just ignore it completely. And I believe that you must be building relationship with your clients. Oh my gosh, pick up the phone and call them. Yeah. Have a deep relationship with your client that isn't AI based, that you're not using the AI dialer to call your clients for you. And my gosh, I had a guy come out today, just for example, building a little backyard barbecue outdoor kitchen thing. And the plumber guy came out today to kind of look at the gas lines and figure out how we're going to sync and the plumbing. And I just said, sit down with me for a minute. And we just sat on my back pouting and we just talked. We just got to know each other a little bit. Yes. That's the kind of things that we have to figure out how to do more often, because that kind of relationship will outlast technology.
I agree with you. And I've got some thoughts on this. If you remember, when we started this conversation, we talked about being authentic, right? And when somebody's authentic, they will listen to you. An experience that I had similar to you, I had a contractor and I'm like, you know what? We're going to get an in-ground trampoline. I'm so excited. Not really excited, but I know my kids will be excited for it. We took out bushes so that a tractor can come in. We've got everything set and prepped. The contractor sending me text messages will be out there tomorrow at 2. I'm ready there at 2. I've provided a ton of work. We had railroad ties in the way. We've moved everything. We've prepped for this. We've got the markings of where the electrical is, the gas is. It is now 3:00 that day, and I get a text message saying, we've run into a snag with the current dig that we're doing right now. We're not going to be able to make it. I'll reach out to you to reschedule. Because that wasn't authentic. That wasn't a voice. And of course, it's a new business because I'm like, hey, I want to help out this new business. I'll be patient. And I'm like, hey, when you get the chance, give me a call, please. 2 hours later, he calls me and he's like, we're not going to be able to get to it today. I'll reach out to you mid next week and hopefully we can reschedule. And I'm like, just a piece of advice. Pick up the phone, give me a call, say, Nick, I know that this is going to impact you and I want to make it right, but I got to plan my schedule. I'm going to be able to tell you by Tuesday at this time when I can get you in at the earliest, rather than just leaving it blank. It was such a poor experience. It hurt. I couldn't believe it. And that's not how people are anymore.
I think that's the kind of thing that if you're not careful, relying on inauthentic or AI kind of communication is going to hurt you in the long run. I have a great example of just a great relationship. I asked my lawn care guys. They came out, and we had a couple of cold spells last year, and so in the winter we turn off the irrigation and we stop watering the plants. We don't need it. We get a lot of rain, and so they came out and they turned it all off. They flushed the pipes. They didn't want anything freeze and things like that. And then I just sort of forgot about it. In the spring, he called me and he says, "Hey, Lyn, I just want you to know I got you on my calendar to come out and restart up your irrigation system." And I said, "That's great. Except I've already done it. I turned it on myself." I was sort of feeling like, they should have messaged me a little sooner, but I turned it on. I said, how much is it? And he said, it's $88. I'm like, come anyway, just come. Yeah. Make sure it's good. Make sure, flush the things out. Make sure that all the sprinklers all the heads are working well. And while you're out here, why don't you give me a quote for the mulch that I need in the yard?
Love it.
And then, by the way, these trees all died in the freeze, so we may need to pull those out. His $88, I'm checking on you, Lyd.
Yeah.
It's me. So his $88 call turned into about $6,000 worth of work. Because
absolutely.
He picked up the phone and he called me and he said, hey, I was thinking about you, want to get that started up for you. Anything else you got going on there that might be, that we might need to look at? And I'm like, yes, go look at this, and this while you're here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, had he not called, I don't know, wouldn't have thought about it. Just would have left it on, would have let it, because I'd already turned it on. Yeah. But he called me and I wanted to make sure it was right. So I've got a lot of examples like that. Had a little bit of work done around the house. Had a guy come out and quote us for the stairs in the front of the house. We live in a kind of an Acadian style, and it's hard to explain, but it's like French, and it's like it's got a big balcony on the front with a beautiful cypress staircase up the front, and that cypress staircase is like 30 or 35 years old, and the rain had been beaten on, and it was getting a little rickety, and so my wife called around to a few guys and said, "Hey, we really want to get this staircase fixed and replaced," and finally got 3 guys to come out and give us quotes. And then we got busy, forgot about it a little bit. And then one of them called me one day and said, hey, Lyn, are you still interested in getting that work done out front? And I said, yes. When can you be here? Guess which of those 3 was the most expensive?
Him.
The one that followed up.
Yeah.
Guess who got the job?
The one that followed up.
The one that followed up. Why did he get the job? Because he followed up.
Yeah.
I was, while the other ones were like, oh, I don't want to bug him. I'm scared to call. He was like, he called and realized that I needed his help. And I'm glad he called me. I was like, oh my gosh, thanks for reminding me.
Yeah. Let's do the work. That's the way it should be, right? That is genuinely the way that it should be. The experience, the customer experience that somebody should have is not only am I going to remember this company, I'm going to remember the individual. Right. There's been plenty of times when I've gone to a conference and it's like 2 or 3 years out and I've spoken with somebody and I remember the conversation because of how personable this individual was. And as soon as somebody offers a little bit of vulnerability, I'm going to do the same because I can relate to you as a person. Right. And that I think that's what everybody needs to get to. But how do we relate that to the digital marketing agency? What do they need to do then?
Yeah, I think it's really important that we pick up the phone and we call our clients when nothing's wrong. I think that if we get into the spirit of helping and not selling, now when I call you, Nic, I'm helping you. I'm not selling you. And we're just having a conversation about life and how's your kids and how are they enjoying that trampoline? And awesome. Hey, what's going on over there that I could help you with these days? Well, got any new projects coming up or anything like that I can help you with, Nic? It's that. It's simple. It's really about just having a good communication flow and you're talking to people when there's nothing wrong.
I love it. Now, when you're speaking with these digital marketing agencies, what are majority of them selling? What are the services that they provide?
Most of my clients are really niche down. So, they work with just attorneys or just personal injury attorneys or just plumbers or just landscapers or just tree service companies. But from a delivery standpoint, most of them are delivering like a full service package, website optimization, paid ads, social, lead nurture, that kind of stuff. It's like a full
stack. Yeah.
Most of my clients are like a full service package based kind of client. Because at the end of the day, I don't know that clients want 6 different guys. Like they want one guy. I want one guy to handle my stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's my clients do that well.
That's really cool. And how long, where are they all located? Are they all around Louisiana? Is it anywhere in the US?
I have clients that range from, I suppose, as far west as California, unless you want to consider New Zealand West. So a client in New Zealand, and then, up and down the East Coast, Florida, all over. So most of my clients are, in fact, I think I have one client in Louisiana.
Yeah.
It's an oil field service company. It's not a marketing agency. The rest of my clients are, spread all over Texas, Ohio, Florida, California, everywhere, Colorado. Some of them I do in person. Some of them we do over Zoom. It's whatever they really need.
What's something that you think between all of them, you found an issue in every single one? It doesn't matter whether or not, you're a Kiwi in New Zealand or you're a cowboy in Denver, right? What is it, something in common that they're all running into?
Yeah, man, it's people. It's people. It's really just making sure we have the right people in the right seats. And it's a Jim Collins phrase, but the way we look at it in the EOS is right people are people that live our core values.
Yeah.
People that just exemplify our core values on a daily basis. Those are right people. And right seats, those are people that are great at their job. They have God-given talent and skill and actually desire and wake up and want to be great at what they do. And so when you can combine those two things, right people, right seats, it's really powerful.
Yeah.
When you don't have those two things, then you have challenges. You might have somebody who, you love them, they're great, but they're not that good at their job. Maybe there's an opportunity to move them around, find a new position for them, find a spot. But if you can't, obviously I'll urge you to make a change because we are for-profit businesses.
Exactly.
But the other challenge there is you could have a wrong person in the right seat. You could have somebody who's great at their job and they're just hitting their numbers and all the things, but they're chipping away at us in every meeting and every, the ones they're just hard to get along with and difficult people. And that kind of person in your business will eat away at the culture and the core of your business. And so if that's the case, obviously I'll urge you to make a change there too, but I'll give you the tools that'll help you understand. The challenge is most companies define great people differently.
Yeah.
And so, people say, oh, rock stars, superstars, top quartile, all of these things. And we narrow it down to like, what does it mean to be a great person in this particular organization? Yeah. What are the handful of rules and behaviors and characteristics that somebody has to have that we would consider them right people? Yeah. And so we define that and we really get clear on that. And then we figure out, what does a right seat look like? That's just somebody who gets it, wants it, and has capacity to do the job. And when you can combine those two things, it's powerful. Most of us struggle with people. Most of us struggle with the discipline and accountability of people. And of course, I think that leads to something we call LMA, which is leadership management accountability. At the end of the day, that's actually leadership plus management equals accountability.
Yeah.
So you don't get accountability if you're not really a great leader and a great manager. So we help build leadership teams so that we can have accountability in our businesses.
Yeah, I love to hear that. And it's so true. I've worked with our VP of partners, Aaron Presbury, for years, right? And one thing he's taught me is like, Nick, as I was learning about feedback, and there might be partners that I'm working with where it's like, man, this guy is a grump, right? And this person, I love them, but certain things aren't working. And he said, Nick, you know what? You can love somebody, but it doesn't mean that you trust somebody. And trust sometimes is more valuable than love because that's that authentic person that they are, right? And there's nothing better than trying to find out and figure out, is this person going to work with me? Are they going to, even if they go against me, are we going to be able to find a way to work together and go towards the common good? And it is true. I mean, you can see it in sports. You can see it anywhere that if somebody isn't the right fit, there's not going to be as much progress as there could be. And it's crazy.
For sure. One of the books that I just absolutely love is The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team by Patrick Lencioni. And the book is really about his, pyramid of trust. Well, it starts with trust. I mean, there's a foundation of trust.
Yep.
Then I guess the whole concept of the book is really the 5 dysfunctions. So it would be a lack of trust is the major dysfunction. And then a lack of healthy conflict, then a lack of commitment, then a lack of accountability, then a lack of results. So if you flip that on its head to get that right, you'd have to have trust as a foundation. And if you don't have that, then you can have a healthy conflict. Because if I don't trust you, I'm not going to tell you the things I need. I'm not going to say the things I need to say. If I trust you, then we can actually, then it can be you and me against the problem. If I don't trust you, then it's you against me. And that's no way to run a business. So that's just one of the pieces that we love in EOS is Patrick Lencioni and his 5 dysfunctions of a team.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's so cool. And I mean, it's 100% true. And not only is it like trust, do I trust you in the fact that you'll do something the way that I recommend it? But then you're going to end up putting a layer between us. I would put a layer if I don't trust somebody. I'd say, I don't trust you with my feelings. I don't trust with the way that you're going to take this. And because of that, I can't give you as much as I would like. And no matter what, you're starting off even worse there. And it's
100% correct. And so in EOS, we believe team health and team trust is really big. In his, Patrick Lencioni has a lot of great books. He's got another one, 4 Obsessions of an Extraordinary Executive. He says that teams spend so much time on being smart and so little time on being healthy.
Yeah.
So smart is the things that you do, your tactics and your strategies and those things, but we spend very little precious time on actually being healthy, which is being open and honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
I tell my teams all the time that there's a couple essential ingredients that we must have to be successful and we must have to grow as humans. So the first is you must have humility of heart. And so you have to be able to, well, let's just say it this way. If you're not willing to accept just a little bit of criticism or positive feedback, you can't grow as a human. If you just reject all of that, you can't grow. It's impossible to grow.
Yeah.
And so, you have to have humility of heart, but then we have to have honesty.
Yeah.
Honesty with yourself, honesty about where you are and what you're good at and what you're not good at, where you could be better. Honesty with your teammates, because great leadership teams aren't built on patting each other on the back or avoiding tough conversations. It's about being open and honest. Maybe it's about how great you're doing something that you should do more of it. But maybe it's about here's some place that you're struggling a little in a place that I could see some improvement.
Yeah.
And so it's really important to surround yourself with people that love you enough to tell you the truth.
Oh man. I've growing up, I was always husky, right? And there's nothing better than when, you start to gain weight and you've got your friend and he's like, you know what, Nick, let's start taking walks. You're starting to look a little bit husky. And he knew of my mom calling me husky. In those situations, you knew that it was like, oh man, he's right. There's nothing worse, but let's do this. Let's make it happen. And when you've got an accountability partner there that will help you and guide you, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Yeah. Again, you got to surround yourself with people that love you enough to tell you the truth.
That's very true. That's very true. Coming up in the final part of our conversation, Lyn shares the win he's most proud of and what it really takes to build a meaningful life and business.